It's been a rainy day all week.
It's been a rainy fucking week. Yeah.
All week.
Can I say fuck on this channel?
No, I don't think so, but it's okay.
It's a rainy week. Rainy week.
It's been raining all week.
Anyway, so I said to Fernando, I said, look, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna bring out these 1917 Ramones that I've had these aging for a little bit, and man, they're really good, aren't they?
They're really good. They're really good. They started off amazing. Yeah, the age, and we were just talking about how the aging of the tobacco is what makes the tobacco. Like, it doesn't matter,
absolutely,
you know, where, who makes it. The product has to be aged perfectly.
No question about it.
And then you get a great cigar, you know. And we know, because we've been trying to make cigars, the blends and this and that, and then when you try and you realize there's nothing that when you get a product that has been aged for 4, 5, 8, 10
the flavor,
years,
you can taste it.
The flavors. This one.
And again, I don't want to quote anybody, but you know, you go back to Fuente, to Padron, the guys that are the experts, right? They're going to tell you. I mean, I was watching a video this morning, Jose Blanco, and he was saying it in Spain. He's down there, you know, over there doing a tour of Spain. Sure. And he said, look, the secret to the tobacco, guys, is getting the cigars and aging them. He goes, it doesn't matter if you get them, you know, you got to think about it. You're using aged tobacco like we are, but then you get them and you let them sit for a little bit, okay? Yeah. Years even if you can. And that's what what he's been doing. He doesn't release anything unless it's already aged a minimum, you know, 5, 6 years or even more than that. And, you know, even if I can't do it, and if you guys want to do it, you know, let them age, let them sit in your humidor. And it doesn't, I'm not talking about the whole thing. I mean, they're ready to smoke now, but they're just going to get so much better. The flavor, like Fernando said, it's going to get so much better if you let them sit for a while.
And you know, we had the 42s that we got the first time around, and now we're smoking them 2 years later.
Look at this. I mean, they burn nice, but I wish you guys could taste the flavor on this.
Like 2 years later, we're smoking the 42s, and they taste better now. Absolutely. And I keep on saying, like, I still have the original 42s that we got in 1940, the Don Ramon 1942 that we sell here. They're great. The gums that come out are great. But if you're able to keep them in a humidor in the correct conditions,
they're only going to get better.
2 years later, we're smoking them.
Absolutely.
And they are amazing.
The flavor gets, it just enhances it. Because remember, we're already dealing with tobacco that's already aged. But now what are we doing with the leaves? You get them, you put them in the cigars, and you're marrying these leaves, right? So when you're marrying the leaves, now this cigar is basically resting. Like they say over there in Spanish, están descansando, in the humidor, right, in the vault. And you just let all those tobaccos,
all these oils get together,
all the essential oils get together, and it just comes out like the flavor is what you're.
So what we're saying is, if you have a really good cigar, good quality cigar, yes, you can keep it for 4 or 5 years in the right conditions, and that cigar is just going to get better as time goes by.
Absolutely.
You know, well, remember the first time we did the interview with Fuente Friday, or was it a Professor? You took out Fuentes that you had aged already for 5 years.
Remember that?
The 54s.
I think there were some, Magnum R54s.
Magnum R54s.
But I did that with Kirk the other day when he came over. We had some Hemingways that I just, you know what? I just had forgotten about it, honestly. And I put them in my humidor and I just let it like just sit there, like, you know, simmer, I guess is the word. And that fucking thing was simmering there for like 10 years.
I know.
Can you imagine?
Well, yeah, because he tends to forget about them and then bring them out. Like discovery of cigars.
We always find interesting things in the stock.
And then when we did the Professor stuff, he took out the 50 of Fuente Friday. We did the 54s, and he had them because I've had these for 7 years already, and they were fantastic. They were incredible. Of course, remember, keep in mind, in the right conditions. You need to have a humidor. You need to baby them, to take care of them, and then keep them there for a long period of time, and then smoke them.
And you know, especially now, like you invested money and you got one, and I've gotten one too at the house. I think those digital humidors, like the refrigerator ones, the coolers.
Yeah, the coolers.
I think they work great.
Fantastic. Yeah. And Boveda, you put a little Boveda package in there to
Special shout out to Delis and to the guys at Boveda for making such a great product.
Yes, I mean the cooler that I have, it keeps it at 70 degrees, but the Boveda package in there keeps the humidity also at 70%. And I have cigars there for already 3-4 years, and I take one out at a time. Smoke it, they're ready to go, you know. Of course, when I take it out of the cooler, I leave it for 3 or 4 hours or maybe half a day so it warms up a little bit, but they are ready to go and they are fantastic. So, yes, you got the cooler too, and it's great.
I think they work great. I mean, for, the one that I got, I think holds probably about 100 cigars, Fernando.
Yeah. I think
How
it's
about how many?
Yeah, it's same, like almost like 100.
It's crazy the capacity. I mean, I've even got boxes in there. Like, I'm not gonna say of what.
Yeah.
But I got full boxes in there of certain cigars, and like special ones, and like you said, the stuff that I do like to look at, because we recently went to an event, right?
Yes.
And John Olivo was there. He says, if Carlito was here, he'd say smoke it.
Yeah.
But I know some of you guys are going to look at it for the next 20 years. Well, I like to smoke them if you got them, but I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I like to have stuff that's special that I want to look at.
If
for a little
we have
bit.
more than one, yes. Like if you have a few, you have more than one, yeah, we'll smoke one, we'll smoke two, three will stay there. For a special occasion down the line, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, smoke them again. But other than that, if we get one, that we save for a very special occasion, like the one we got at the event.
Smoke them if you got them, guys. I mean, aging cigars is great. Like he said, I mean, you don't have to age everything. You want to age, like you said, a couple of, you get a nice box of something, you want to age a couple of them. That way you can compare the flavor of now versus 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road, whatever you guys want. And then, special occasion cigars. Like I remember that video we watched the other day too. The gentleman in the video, he said, the first thing you should go, when you go into a cigar shop, you should ask yourself, what is the occasion? What do you want the cigar for? Is it going to be like, you're mowing the lawn cigar? We've got those in here. There's nothing wrong with them. They're very enjoyable too. If that's what your palate is, if that's what you want. But if it's a special occasion, like your son graduating from the Air Force Academy, which is going to happen when?
Shout out to my son.
That's happening now, right?
It's happening in May. It's happening in May.
So we got to get some special
2024.
occasion cigars for Fernando Jr.
Special occasion.
But I would expect him to smoke something better than just a regular. I'm not going to use the word cheap. A regular daily smoke. Okay, let's go that route.
And that's true because it's a special occasion. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to let everybody know who's smoking the cigar. This is a special occasion cigar. This is what it is. And I'm going to take my time smoking it. And that's the part about the cigar. You're not going to rush when you get a really good cigar. Puff, puff, puff. No. You're going to take your time.
Unless you're Montesino. Unless you're Fred Montesino.
Unless you're one of our friends.
He's a Puffalopolis. We call him. Like a new dinosaur, Puffalopolis.
Yeah. But other than that, no. I mean, you're going to enjoy it. And that's what we always tell the customers here. Like, are you going to enjoy this cigar? If you're going to enjoy the cigar, yes, buy it. If you want a cigar that you want to smoke at a barbecue in the backyard.
We've got those.
We got those as
bundles
well.
If you want.
You don't need to spend a lot of money. But we always tell them, and it's not, we would like to make the sale, but we will always tell them the truth. Look, this cigar is to enjoy. So you enjoy the flavor of the cigar. Take your time with this cigar.
Right.
And thankfully, we have a variety of cigars that we can offer.
Yeah,
everything.
we do. I mean, now we have so many different ones, different palettes. Yeah. We're working on the Juan de Fuca currently. And I've made a few of those prototypes, is the word, right? And I've sent them to a few people that, some of the folks that we do business with and stores and stuff like that. And some of them have come back this week and said, man, Arnold, when they come out, please let me know because we want them ASAP.
But we're going to unveil them. They're going to come out new in a PCA.
They're a PCA 2024, release. PCA. If everything works out well, I mean, knock on wood, that's what we're working on. So hopefully
they're going to be in the PCA. Those are a new product we're going to have. The new product we're going to have for the PCA
Vegas, March. Yeah.
Yes. So that's when it will be available for the public. But for now, only a few lucky people have been able to get.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really made that many of them. So a little bit of prototypes here and there because I want some of our friends, that they do business with us, and some of our friends that we really appreciate too, to try them and give me their opinion too. Yeah. That way we get feedback, we get constructive criticism. So, unless what you say, because we really don't care about what he says, man.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We always take everybody's opinions into consideration.
Yeah, we do. No, it's great. But this one is great. This one started off.
Yeah, from the time you fired it up, look you said to me, "Wow, the flavor," and I told you, Fernando. It's the flavor. It's the oils, like you said, Mary.
When he tells me, I just found these cigars that I've had in this box for like 8 years. I go, oh, here we go. But he told me this one is really good. And usually when you're a cigar smoker,
I know what you guys are thinking though. There's not that many of these to go around.
No, there's not.
So unfortunately, I don't know. I know Serafin's probably going to come harassing me for one. Our friend, our head of maintenance, as we call him.
So when you smoke, you right away when you light it, the first couple of puffs. You can tell you're like, wow, this is a good cigar, or this is going to be a strong cigar. And this one, as soon as I lit it up, I told Arnold, I like it. This is going to be good. I can tell from the beginning.
Hold that thought, because I got another idea. But you keep talking to the camera. I'll be right back.
So yeah, it's a really good cigar. I mean, sadly, there are not that many of these aged cigars that he has for almost 7 years. It's a 1917 aged. But yeah, it's great. And like I said, we do have another one coming out, the Juan de Fuca PCA. So wait for it at the PCA 2024. That's what we're gonna bring out, the Juan de Fuca, which is more of a Cameroon cigar, nice and spicy cigar. Great flavor, medium to full. It's gonna be that one, and it tastes amazing. Not because we made it, but it does. It's a really good cigar. So yeah, so that Juan de Fuca, and that Juan de Fuca that we made is because we're here in Tarpon Springs in a Greek community, and there's a Greek, and we're doing that to honor our, the Greek community, the Greek people here. He came up, Arnold came up with the Juan de Fuca. He did the research as always. So if you want to know the story about the Juan de Fuca and why, send DM Arnold. He'll tell you the story. Call him, text him. He'll tell you everything.
And we're gonna pair this because that's another thing we're gonna talk about pairing. Fernando's favorite. Jack and Coke, guys.
Jack and Coke.
Very simple, very simple. Nothing fancy here.
Yeah, because this is a smooth cigar. It's a nice, smooth, clean, close to a medium body cigar. So of course it goes well with a nice medium drink, maybe a flavored drink. Jack and Coke, nice and smooth.
Why not, right? Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Juan de Fuca, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
He was, hold on a second, salud. So let's see
Salud.
how it pairs with
Salud.
our beautiful aged Don Ramon 1917.
Perfect.
That's good. Huh?
Perfect.
Oh, that is good.
Perfect.
I'm trying to hold on to this ash as long as I can. So yeah, Juan de Fuca was a cigar that was made in Tampa, early 20th century. Yeah, I don't know if it goes back to the 1800s, probably early 20th century, 1900s. It was made at the Morgan Cigar Company, which they also referred to themselves as the House of Morgan. So there was a lot of brands that came out of the Morgan Cigar Company. The building is still there. If you go on Howard Avenue, the building is still there. So it's a beautiful piece of history. As a matter of fact, I'll include a picture of the factory so you guys can see it. How cool that is. I wish one day I could buy that factory or any of the old Tampa ones. But anyway, that's down the road. But hopefully. The truth is, I was telling Carlito about bringing this brand back, and he said something which I think is really great. I said, Carlito, do you remember do you remember Juan de Fuca?
Juan de Fuca.
He said to me, man, I don't remember my freaking phone number from back then, but I sure as hell remember Juan de Fuca. I said, cool. And then I showed him the label. He thought it was cool as hell. And I saw him about 2 weeks ago, and I gave him one as a gift, one of the first ones that we made. And he was really touched. He was very happy, and I was more touched than he was to give it to him. And maybe he'll smoke it. Who knows? And of course, to have the toy maker himself sample our cigars, try them. What an honor! What an honor!
Amazing honor.
Definitely, I'm very honored, and I appreciate his feedback. Of course, his friendship. Of course.
So who was Juan de Fuca?
So Juan de Fuca was a Spanish/Greek explorer. Now, how the hell does that happen? Okay, so he was a Greek that went to Spain, like El Greco, like the famous painter El Greco, changed his name. His name was Ioannis de Focas, and he changed it to Juan de Fuca. But it's just a really great name, great story. Some of the people at last year's PCA show, they said, Juan de Fucas, Juan de fuck you, just like it's a funny name.
Yeah.
So I kind of came across it, and I really thought the story was great. And of course, like Fernando said, we're in Tarpon Springs, so it's a good piece of Greek history here. And I think it's gonna be I think people are gonna like it. I'll just leave it at that.
I think they are. I mean, it is a nice, peppery, spicy cigar with a good medium, Cameroon wrapper, medium.
I'll let the cat out of the bag on that.
Medium to full body. Great tasting up until now.
That's good.
Everybody who smokes full body cigars, they come and they say, "Oh, I love this cigar. The flavor is great." So.
And it's funny because
the feedback has been great.
We talked about it too, and I said, I'm not much of a Cameroon fan, personally. Okay, and I'd never used this wrapper before. It's about $60-something a pound, so it's one of the most expensive wrappers, one of the best wrappers in the world. Yeah. Ramon Cifuentes from Partagas years ago had the opportunity to make Cameroon wrapper cigars, and he did it, and he loved it. What a great cigar! Yeah. Anyway, make a long story short, he became famous for his Partagas Cameroon wrapper, and I got a box of those sitting at home too. Anyway. make a long story short, it's very interesting. It's a different type of tobacco, like he said, very sweet, little peppery, little sweet, unique flavor. I'm not sure it's my favorite wrapper, guys, to be honest with you, but it's very good. And again, I cannot make cigars to please my own palate, okay? Because I'm all over the place with flavor too, but I want to make stuff that everybody's going to enjoy and different, you know, like you said, different variety, give people choices.
And that's why we really take in consideration everybody's opinion. Everybody who's a smoker, everybody who has smoked cigars, we take in consideration their opinion. Like he said, we don't like too much spicy or peppery cigars. We don't like full body cigars. We're a medium body smokers. We like them to be creamy. We like them to be smooth.
Just like the San Andres, people love those, and that's one of our full body ones. People love them.
So I mean, so we had to rely on other smokers and ask them, hey, here's a cigar. You know, this is how we make the cigars. Please smoke it. Tell us truthfully, what do you think?
Yep.
And some of them are very honest. Arnold doesn't like it when they're too honest, but they are. But then he sits
Honesty's
down.
okay, except if it's too much, then you know.
Except if it's
then we kick him out of here.
Then except if it's set up feet.
That guy doesn't have a palate. We don't listen to that guy.
We don't accept it.
No, we don't listen to that guy.
But then Arnold sits down and he reviews and he goes over and he goes, hey, what do you think? I go, you know, maybe we should try a different blend, come up with something else. And then he came up with one that pretty much everybody who tried him said, this cigar is great. And that's how it stops. I mean, like I said, we don't really like a Cameroon wrapper. We don't like the spiciness or the too much peppery when it's like that.
Yep.
But we smoked them and it's a good cigar. And our friends, the people who smoked it, said, yes, this is a really good cigar. So.
Oh, and you know something I wanted to add too about the history, like you were asking me. So the cigar, when I was up in Alaska, there's a strait when you leave Seattle and you're going up to Vancouver, and there's actually an island too. It's called Juan de Fuca Island. And there's a Juan de Fuca Strait, and that's because he navigated those waters back in the day, you know. So they named that in his honor. And people from, you know, Pacific Northwest region, Seattle area, they're very familiar with the name. So another part of the story is they were made in Tampa back in the day at Morgan, but they had a strong distribution in the Pacific Northwest. So who knows? Maybe we can have that again. You know, that'd be nice.
Up there,
that'd be cool. What a great piece of history, though.
It's a wow. This cigar is really good. It's really good.
Thank you.
Sadly, there's not too many of these.
But the good news is we have plenty that we rolled recently, and they're going to be just as good. You just got to let them sit.
Yep.
Like I said, these were kind of something that we did a few years ago. Prototypes, same deal, same blend.
Same blend, yeah.
So
here, this is why we did this video, because
we're just talking about aging cigars.
Yeah, we had a new one. We had the new ones of these that come out, and he just told me, I've had these for 7 years, the same blend, the same thing, let's try them. And these are amazing. 7 years, kept really well, and they're amazing. So now we know that the 1917, the Don Ramon 1917, if we keep them and we let them age, they're going to be like this. They're going to be even better if we let them age.
I agree. And the other reason is we wanted to do a video. Because we're bored. It's raining.
There's nobody here.
There's nobody here, and this week's been really, really crappy.
And we haven't done a video.
We haven't done a video in a long time. People are like, "My God, when are you going to do another video?" Yeah. I did the one this week on Jeff's farm up in Claremont.
Oh yes, you did.
And that was, I think, a good video. You know, it talks about the history of Flor de Tobacco and Havana, Florida, Claremont, where he's at now. And we had a little bit of downtime, so we figured we'd make a video. Yeah. And again, I wish you guys another happy Thanksgiving again. Yes, I did not intend to do another video. So.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. And hopefully we'll see you in the PCA so you can try the Juan de Fuca.
That's right. And all of our partners. The guys in Rhode Island are dying for Juan de Fuca to come out.
And of course, the usual ones, Flor de Tampa that's out there. There's a
my baby. I love them. I love it.
Flor de Tampa, the ones that we love the most because it's a medium body cigar. A Habano wrapper, medium body, Ecuador Habano. Nice blend, nice and smooth and creamy. So that's our favorite right now. Well,
somebody asked me the other day, they said, what's your favorite? I said, look, you know what? I'm going to take another page out of Carlito's playbook because, I mean, not because of nothing. The guy's a genius, but he does have like the best, I think, quotes. Somebody asked him the same thing, and you know what he said? How can you make me pick between all my kids? I can't. I love them all. Like some days I love my Prince of Wales. Yeah. I want my dad's, my grandfather. I love them all, man. They're all really unique, you know?
And that's another thing. We always say, yeah, we're medium body smokers, but every now and then you come and you just want something smooth and light, you know, and just enjoy something like that. The 42, the Don Ramon, not because
the smoothness.
The 42.
I still got one there. I gotta finish.
Light and smooth and creamy, and you just want to start with something like that. And we'll start with the 1942, and then We'll move up. Well, right now the debate is: do we move up to we do usually smoke a Flor de Tampa or Don Ramon 1917? Because that right there, we are almost tied on which one is starting to become our favorite now.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Flor de Tampa is unique though because when you fire it up, I find, you might agree with me or not, it starts off a little bitter, and then the flavor starts kicking in, right? And all that tobacco start really getting really good. Yeah. And then by the time you get a little bit, I don't know, maybe past that point, or maybe a little bit before.
Before this point,
man, the sweetness starts kicking in, and it just gets so good, you know.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's the blend, which I'm not going to disclose, but it's a very interesting blend. But anyway, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Anything else you want to add?
That's it. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you at the PCA.
Happy smoking, and have a great weekend, everybody.